bro.
That's some serious energy right there. I love it.
I tell you what, I know we're supposed to be talking music and albums, but go ahead and start with the book.
With the book, yeah, because you did the book Get Out of Your Own Way, and I know I saw that Rev Run was tweeting that y'all are gonna collab on Manology.
Yes.
Which should be interesting because I feel like the world is just interested in, especially women, black women in particular, why they not married, what's going on. So how did you and Rev Run decide? Because it seems like y'all come from two different worlds.
Right, we do.
Him being a married man to one woman.
Right.
And you having various.
Is Tyrese married to multiple women or something?
No, but Tyrese has interesting philosophies on relationships and women.
She was so quiet before this microphone.
You know how to go in, you know, when the lights cut on, you know, the show starts.
So I was like, how does Rev Run and Tyrese gonna hook up on this one book, Manology?
Well, we covering a lot of different topics. I think Steve Harvey kind of hit it out of the park with you know what men think and that whole thing. So we're going to cover a lot of different ground that's not necessarily relationship focused on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of the first topics I started writing on is to single, bitter, and hostile mothers, right? Which is, how responsible are you for the father that your kids don't know?
Ooh.
Wow.
So this book is more of, wow. So the book is...
All right, let's go in.
Come on, the kids know.
Big up to all the fathers. No,
the man's point of view, right?
No,
it's Manology.
No, it's Manology, but it's going to cover a lot of different ground. Like I said, we're going to talk about relationships and challenges and certain issues and the way we think, you know what I mean, in certain aspects. But we're also going to give something to the ladies, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to give some of the energy, we're going to push back their way too, you know what I mean? And just kind of spread the love. Another thing I'm writing, which is one of my first chapters, is validation is a man's silent killer. A lot of men right now are in prison because they wanted to be the craziest, the hardest, sell the most dope, buy the most cars, had the most everything, and they were all seeking validation from other men that are not there for them on any level to help them get through them 25 to life while they serving prison time. They ain't putting no money on your books, ain't taking none of your collect calls, and of course they not coming to visit you because they got criminal records.
Right.
And you know, it's just one of those things where we go out of our way to try and, you know, impress other dudes and get validation when none of these dudes are really going to be there for us on any level when we go to prison.
Wow. So that's all in Manology. When are we going to be able to get that one?
That's nice, man.
I mean, we're gonna go there towards the end of next year. We got a lot of work to do on the book. It's in the beginning stages.
So you have a lot of new ventures, because I saw on this new album, Open Invitation, November 11th, that you're doing November 1st.
5 days.
5 days away. You're doing it independent.
Yes.
And I know that you had this big push on Twitter. I guess somebody told you that you would never be a good independent artist, or
yeah, who told you that? I was curious. I follow you too.
Well, there was one of them label meetings, you know what I'm saying, and my homegirl that still works at the major label just so happened to bring up all of the different artists coming out on November 1st. And then the dude was like, November 1st? Tyrese? Oh no, we ain't got to worry about him. He's never going to sell records as an independent artist. And then privately, he even went even further and said if he sells any kind of records, it's only going to be to black people. And I was like, okay, I needed that. Maybe he think that Transformers,
I'm about to say, because you got a long list.
Fast Five, $1,700,000,000 in box office receipts was all black people. That's cool. That's cool, because a fan is a fan. You can't really separate. You know, you can't say, oh, these are your music fans and these are your movie fans. A fan is a fan. You know, if they support in any aspect of what you're doing, if they're unaware of your music, you just got to put it on their radars, and they show up to support.
So what have you done since you heard that information? Because I saw the Twitter crazy, you know, just going in like, yo.
Well, I mean, I think we all sometimes look for certain motivations, and I'm not dedicating my album to that dude. I would never give him the energy. But for me, you know, it's that type of mentality and thinking that can keep a lot of artists in the matrix, which is feeling more comfortable with being in the major label system. And so I'm here in Houston at the Box. Y'all showing me love and playing my music. Has nothing to do with a major label and a major push. It's just people got love and support for the music, and that's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? But everything counts. When you do it independent, everything counts more than you've ever done counted in my whole career.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm doing things like hosting album listening parties in my living room and kind of trying to, you know, turn it up a little bit, a whole nother level of energy, stepping out on faith, just trying to create that energy and synergy. Album's coming out in 4 days. And it's
How you feeling?
Special.
You feeling good? You in a good place?
I'm excited, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm nervous, you know, because it's just been so many years since I dropped an album. I'm more nervous about just the fans getting the music. I want them to have the music so bad. And I don't know.
Tyrese, I'm just curious. We're talking to Tyrese on the show. Got a brand new album called Open Invitation. When that person did that, you know who that person is.
Absolutely.
Have you had
M. Sutton?
Have you had a chance to talk to this individual,
No,
or
I wouldn't.
or this is one of those kind of deals you don't really need to
No.
talk to him? You know what it is, and you gonna go about life the way it goes about for Tyrese.
Now listen, if you see a dog barking at the moon, it's no big deal. But if the moon ever barks back at the dog, it's gonna make that dog famous.
Whoa.
And we don't want to do that. You know, we don't want to do that at all. We don't want to. You know, you never give a hater a stage to stand on.
Hold on. Hold on, man.
Hold on. Show philosophy. Like that.
Hold on, man. That one got too real in the studio. Got too real in the studio. That was just old man two-stepping. That's all.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, like ultimately, you know, everybody knows that this market out here for selling records is tough for everybody. The biggest and the best artists are struggling to sell records and put asses in the seats in these concerts. You know, it just is what it is. But I came into this saying, if I wanted to make some real money, I would only do movies.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm doing right now is just out of genuine love for music. And instead of me coming back with another album on a major label, I felt like the best way to predict the future is to create it. And instead of me sitting back hoping and wishing that they decide to push that button and get behind my album when I put so much time and energy into the music for the fans, I was like, let me do it on my own, because I know I'm gonna go all out for me.
That's right.
I know I'm not gonna spare no expense when it comes to my music career getting off the ground and making use of my relationships and all the folks that I got access to, because that's where the power is. The power is not in the talents only, it's in the relationships and the folks that you have access to.
That's right.
And so that's what it's about for me. Open invitation.
Speaking of that, I always like when you talk about the story of what the advice Will Smith gave.
Yes, sir.
And I always like to hear that story. I've heard it a million times, but
I guess you want to tell
Yeah,
me.
please.
tell it one more time. 1,000,001.
Well, he's one of my good friends and mentors, and when I was struggling in Hollywood, I couldn't figure out a lot of things that was going on. He said to me, you can often tell how far your life and career will go based on the 5 people you spend the most time with. And so I took it even further and I added to that and I said, so these people that are in your life is a direct reflection of who you are. And if you have a problem with your life and career, you should have a problem with the people in your life and that are a part of your career, because they're a direct reflection of you. And so, period. Like that's it. And so it's that type of thinking that made
So you
me.
had to do a Tyrese self-assessment at that point. when
Oh,
you said that.
absolutely. Because you know you have to look in the mirror. I mean.
Did you have to kick some people out of the crew, or not kick, but just
Oh,
readjust
no,
your
I got
time?
rid of friends.
What?
Did you?
There's now. in
And was
my
that hard?
mind-
And was that hard for you when you did it?
I mean, no, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Especially when it was so simple and clean and plain. I think a lot of us, like, you don't like your friends, so why are they still there? Everywhere you go, you talking so much mess about your friends, but why are they still there? Like, if your life is a nightmare while you're still awake, the nightmares are going to continue into your sleep. And so for me, I sleep good at night because literally there's nobody in my life right now that I don't like. There's nobody in my life that I don't love, that I don't trust, and that I don't feel adds to my life instead of taking away. You know what I'm saying? So it's created a level of peace that money can't buy. You know, what I'm speaking on right now is not, oh, you famous, you got money, so of course you sleep good at night. No, more money, more problems. But I believe that I believe it's the opposite at this point. It's like you can have all the money in the world, but if you get rid of the problems and the people that are the problem, then you can enjoy your money a little more.
If I knew you was gonna come in here as Pastor Tyrese,
No, ain't no.
I'd have gospel songs ready to back you up, man.
I think ultimately, man, that there's so many talented, very capable people, especially that's listening to this interview right now, and it's like we're amongst the lost generation. We're knee deep, and everybody is associating peace and happiness with money and materialistic things because it's fed to us constantly on TV. Everybody looks so happy when they got money. Hey, you ain't happy because you ain't figured it out yet. You have no sense of direction with that money, so you're stressed out and you're miserable. You may have all the things you want. Of course, money creates conveniences,
Right.
but it doesn't bring you peace and it doesn't bring you happiness.
So what has brought you peace and happiness? You know, you cleared the circle up.
Yeah.
But so when did you find that?
I mean, I've unapologetically gotten rid of all things and people that don't belong in my life. And I think a lot of us are afraid of people talking mess about us when you cut them off, spreading your business. And, you know, for me, I'm like, listen, if it's in your character to talk mess about me and spread my business, then you're going to do it regardless. So I might as well cut you off now.
Go ahead, let you
so
get
if you're
to it.
going to spread it, you're going to spread everything that happened prior. You ain't going to spread anything new.
That's right, that's right.
I'm not giving you no new.
Man, let that boy preacher Tyrese talk, man. Shut up. Just let him talk, man. Let the
Now you
man
sound
talk.
like the girl who just called in. Tyrese Jenks.
All right, look, it's Tyrese in the studio. We got more
Good morning.
Tyrese, and we got
Morning.
some new music from Tyrese. All
Yeah,
coming
we about to party, man. We getting heavy right now.
Yeah.
We got some real music we finna drop on
Right.
y'all. Open invitation is out in a couple of days, y'all. But before you go out and buy it, which I appreciate, we're gonna give y'all some energy, some snippets.
All right, we're gonna do that next. It's 8:40 on the box.